What's going on, guys? I decided to do a bonus stream tonight. Thought I should get this design work done and begin the skill work tomorrow during the afternoon stream. So I thought, why not do a bonus stream? Share some of the design work and making animations with you guys. So, thanks anyone for tuning in, and we will get to some game development. I'll just cue up some background music. Yeah, this is good. Alrighty. We are working on we've been programming our menus if you've been following our previous dev streams. We've been programming them for Gamepad, so they work, but they have been inconsistent in terms of design. But since then, I've been integrating the new visual style of the menus. Right? So, for the most part, all the primary menus are fully functional. There's some things that, for instance, here, I want to accent that color to green. But yeah, we're just adding animations and syncing up some design elements across different widgets. So, fun times ahead. Okay, so where were we here? I'll try to keep my most interesting work on the main screen here. Let me move this over there. Alrighty. Let's see here. We have to go into our skill menu, and we're also going to want our key items menu. Actually, not our key items menu, our key inventory button. We want to adjust this highlight color. Right, let's find references. And right here, we basically set the highlight color. So if we're hovering, we change the state to blue. This should be dependent on, perfect, we have our active character reference. It'll be dependent on which character is in play. So we'll quickly get active character, just like this. Pull out a select, and bada bing, there we go. And we can choose the colors. Luckily, I have the colors saved. It is this one for Vance and this one for Maya here. And that should do what we want it to do. Okay, let's check this out. Then we'll compile. Then we'll save. Then we'll compile. Then we'll test it. And if it's working, we'll check that back in. Let's check on Vance because it's default on blue. Okay, hop over to the key items. Oh, look at that. That green focus box. Lovely. Okay. You know what, real quick, we'll just make sure it's working dynamically. Pretty positive it is. Hooray. Okay. Let me know if my audio is poor, if my levels are too low in comparison to the music. I have a hunch on my headphones it's probably sounding a little different than how it sounds for you. Okay. Yes, let us continue. So, we can actually check in this guy. This guy should be done. For the most part. Let's go into the skill menu and set this guy up. So, a lot of inconsistencies right now. This is pretty much starting from scratch in the conversion. So, let's pull out this, clear the texture reference. We're going to delete that asset eventually, so we want to make sure we clear it from memory so we can avoid a forced delete. We'll make it transparent. That's a good start. Pull this color down and up. Make this white. We're basically trying to make it like this. You can see that main. Um, let's pull out a shadow. Let's make it bright yellow for some variety. And we'll offset it by, I think, -10. That's looking good, except we want that to be on top. That did not do it. Where's our hierarchy for this? So this is our what? Main, our header, main text, right? And this is our, it's just called image. Wonderful. Let's bring it under, but keep it inside. There we go. Perfect. That is what we want. Our next step would be, this all has to get set dynamically because we're referencing our, uh, we select the background on spawn or on construct, depending which character's in play, either the blue background or the green background. Uh, but for our own visual sort of referencing, we can grab our green background here and just apply it. And well, to be honest, we do definitely want tiling on both axes, but not at this image size. No, probably. Whoops, 1024 by 1024, I think. Actually, the other size was a much larger. I think it was 1920 by 1920. Is the material size. Let's see how that performs. You can always reduce it. This, I'm not sure if we need a description here. We'll keep it for now. But you can always delete it later. Okay, now then, let's get into making these a bit more procedural. I'm gonna go into my, I guess my inventory menu will work. I'm gonna pull out this sort of function that I've been using. It's quite useful. Let's go into the graph here, and yes, initialize design. It's sort of a base function that I've been applying to all of these because that's basically what we want to do. So let's make that function now. Initialize design. And we can pretty much copy and paste the exact same logic across from the other widget. Should be good to go. Yeah, we'll plug in a reference. I guess we'll name it. Let's call it main character reference. Save, compile, sure. Yeah, so header main text, we don't have that, but we do have our header. We just got to make this a variable, and it should match the references. And look, it turned blue. Just got to compile, and that should take. Nice. We have a menu edge. That's an element that needs to be added. But oh look, image BG already set. Super useful. Okay, let's go grab that menu edge. This is what we use for the animation of all of these menus. So we just kind of gotta copy and paste this guy in here. And his location is 1920. Okay. Whoops, wrong tab. Jump to the design, and let's paste it right into the canvas panel, top layer. And I almost can't see it, depending on the cycle of the background's material. Okay, 1920. Let's go. Nice. Okay. Oh, I just noticed something on the item menu. We're actually missing our confirm. I must have copied it from the pack, or not the pack, but the key items instead of the status menu. So I'm just going to quickly jump to my pause menu and grab these two guys. Input image, copy, and I should be able to paste it right into that horizontal box. We'll zoom in here so you guys can watch the magic happen, hopefully. Where are we? Horizontal box, input controls. Let's just dump it in there. Beautiful. Okay. That's exactly what we want. Let's shift these two over. I think we can affect the hierarchy from here. Nice. Okay, and what we want is an offset of about 20. 20 on our left. Let's open this up so we don't affect the padding on all directions and collapse. Sweet, that will work. This is sort of a placeholder for now, but that's the styling of the box we're going to use in terms of a theme. Okay, let's jump back to our skill menu here. So, sorry, my eye's a little itchy. Okay, get my glasses back on here. Alrighty. So, the menu edge, looks like we have a reference for it now. Compile. Yippee. Yippee. Okay. Border accent, block gradient. So these we may not, depending on the design, we could import an asset that will use this. For now, we'll just leave it. We'll clean it up after if we do not use it. Okay. The next thing we need is probably our little widgets at the bottom here, or not widgets, but our footers, I guess you could say. Okay, click this guy. I believe the height is -30. Perfect. Okay. And this one here, our commands, should just have a coordinate location of 0. I think. I can't grab it because it's underneath those. No problem. We'll just come down here, zero these out. Beautiful. Okay, so let's just see where we're at. There's no animation yet, but I just want to make sure this other stuff is set up. We could, do we have any variables for this? We have malite text, so we can count our money. This hasn't been set up on all the menus just yet. Well, I should do it wherever I find it, though. Okay, interesting. Let's compile and save. Actually, you should always save then compile, just in case of a crash on compile. You don't want to lose your work. Okay, let's jump in here. Skill menu. Okay, so we got the background, but silly me. We made this instruction, right? We have our function. Sorry, wrong menu. We have our function made here, our, get reference to a character and switch based on which character it is. But we actually didn't plug it into anything. It's not here. Okay, so let's grab it like so. Connect the dots and grab the reference to our character. And now we should have a super dynamic background. Let's pick Maya first, just to make sure that'll actually let us know what's going on here. Let's go to skills. Perfect. Blue background, blue header text. I can see a little bit. I think we can get rid of the menu description as well. But this is working on our gamepad nicely. Yeah, we need to adjust the opening animation. Let's see our key item menu. Yeah, that's perfect. Now I believe for her, the item pack is actually blue already. So I've been debating on how I want this to look. Because right now we just highlight across the button in this scroll box. Alright, the scroll box, like, it works top to bottom, it's fine. And we can sort items too, which is really neat. Oh, we need a little button for that. Triangle to sort. Okay, anyways. Oh, I have a comment. Sorry, sometimes I get a little sidetracked and focus on my work. How I made the skill tree. Right. I can answer that question in a pretty quick way. Basically, this is the widget I'm working on right now for the skill tree, right? This is what we open up from our pause menu. How can I explain this? Pause menu is here, right? We have a skill, right? So we click here, it opens up this widget. Now, inside of this widget, there's the empty space for our skill tree to go. If we look at our graph, we actually... How did I do this? Oh yeah, sorry. That's what comments are for. Here, based on which character we're playing, we embed a widget, and we apply references to and from each. And those widgets look like this. So for example, this has the layout and the widgets. So there's, in essence, a ton, like not a ton, but like 4 layers deep of inception in terms of widgets. And these buttons carry the, see the icon is here, and, the instruction for the hovering. But that's kind of how it's set up. I mean, these are just actually, squashed images with just a material, with an animated material. That's it. I'm in the middle of reworking the visuals of the menus right now, so it's kind of inconsistent a little bit. Not everything is functional. I mean, it was when it was all mouse driven, but we're in the middle of the conversion process, so it's a little inconsistent in some areas. I can't demonstrate everything. But I hope that answers your question. Okay, let's see here. We want to do what? Where was I? Skill menu, designer. We want to create a button for this. We can do that in Photoshop. Maybe we should do that now. I'm noticing that you can see a little bit of the shadow. I'm just going to reduce that like this, and that should, I think, -1. Or, sorry, negative. Oh, how odd. Okay. Probably just me being nitpicky. I don't think we need our description anymore. So we can get rid of that whole chunk out of here. And we don't need these either for this skill tree. We kind of... Let's just get rid of all of this, actually. And just keep it as back for now. Um, you can always drop in more buttons quite easily. Okay, so where was I? Oh, just reading your comment now. I definitely can. Like, I have the capacity to make, like, I'm making a stream, so I could make a tutorial as well. It's just a matter of having the time. It's kind of in short supply. But I'd be happy to answer like any questions, or if you send me any screenshots, or like I'm always open to discourse. But I can't promise I'm gonna make a tutorial. Because I mean, okay, let's see. Skill menu. Where were we? Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll get to animating this widget. Um, yeah, I can understand the skill menu. It's a little dense, but also there's another element, like in terms of how we're controlling the navigation of the information, because we have to get into the blueprint structure and the structuring of the skills information, um, and then how like if we're just gonna go into the graph itself, like it's dense. There's a lot at play here in terms of the total functionality of the skills, right? Because this is just the skill menu, but then we have the skill tree inside of it, and then we have these skill nodes inside of that, and each of them have functions, and we send data where we need to send it only, and it's to be honest, I have to kind of reteach myself because I did it so long ago, and um, it's kind of off the top of my head. I can't explain it perfectly, but it's here. It exists, so I can definitely find out. Anyways, let's get to our designer and let's begin animation. We have a launch animation. We got rid of our footer, which is why that's red. So let's grab this timeline here and open this up so we have a better working space. Okay, cool. What is this? Oh, we don't need that anymore. That was for the mouse. Okay. So, on launch, this comes in. Yeah, we're getting rid of that right off the bat. Let's grab this element, header, delete that. Data box comes in from the side. So I believe, I'm just going to take a reference with the other menu I have here. So at the 50-second mark, our background comes in, and then 0.25 after that, we have the animation ending. So we'll just expand a little bit of space and bring this up over here. And that's going to be the end, or like our animation's runtime. Basically, we want to grab our skill tree, grab those transforms, and just, we can click and move this wholesale across. That was not intentional. Okay. Now we have data box here, and we also want to move that, shift it over to about here. That's actually perfect. And now we want to add our. Let me I don't know why I keep losing focus on... Oh, I know why. That's fine. Let's grab our background, and at the 50-second mark, let's add it to our animation first. I believe it's called image background. There we go. Let's add a track, transform. Where are we here? And let's add a key at 0.5 seconds rather, and head off to 0 and shift this over negative 1920. So it's basically off screen. We could shift it over a little bit more. And we can place a key here. Actually, let's make that an even 1920. Because I forgot that we actually are going to animate our menu edge as well. And pretty simple. We're just going to add another transform here. Along the x-axis. And I believe we want to shift it over to 1910. Is that right? I think so. Because we have to offset that one a little bit so they move kind of in unison. Okay, so this is -2 in the Z order, and this here is 5. It's kind of excessive because we pulled it from a menu with more elements. That's okay though. I'm just reading your comments now, Gamer Flame. Sorry. Yeah, I'm using 3 monitors. I have a Cintiq as my third, so I might do a little bit of Photoshop afterwards, or because we need to make another icon. But actually, we won't be drawing it. We'll just be using Photoshop. Very little drawing work involved in making those icons. Okay, so yeah, we have an animation kind of like this. Pretty cool. That's pretty much exactly what I want. That's not good, really. We want to maintain that this is above. So the order. Let's put this at something like 4, and this does not need to be at 5. I think it would be all right at 3. If I take a look at this now, yeah, that's fine. So this comes over. How does the other one work? Yeah, that's cool. Really cool. Okay, let's click out of our animations. Now we should. Oh, we have an error in our skill node. When I was showing you, did I do something to it? Let's take a look. Oh, that's odd. It's not even checked out. Where's the error? Okay, let's find this guy. Button tree cover cannot be found. Of course. Yeah, this was necessary for the click for the mouse because it used to be driven by a mouse and keyboard. So we don't actually need that, which is why it's like, hey, there's an error. We don't have that. It's because we don't need that anymore. Gamepad is menu driven. Oh, whoops. I actually did want to check that out and submit it right away. Let's just do that now. We should need to. Actually, we do. Actually, good thing we checked it out. Similar to the Oh, look how cool this is, though. I believe my past self already... Yeah, see, look at that. We're doing it in a really awkward way. Setting the state cycle based on to switch on name, active actor name. And this is being set where? Find references. So we have it up here for some reason. Oh, we're just applying it to a name for no good reason. We set up an enumerator for this exact reason. We shouldn't really need that anymore. Since we're here, let's clean it up. So let's make a new variable, and we'll call it, it's a little cumbersome in terms of naming convention, active character, and let's add a question mark. And we're going to select our custom enumerator. Whoops, not enumerator. We're looking for, it's a type is an enumerator, but it's an active character. Oh, you want to connect your laptop to your PC? How would you do that? With like an HDMI splitter, or like you would use your laptop screen as a display? Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do that either. It sounds kind of weird. Okay. Let's go here. And plug and play these. Connect those dots. Okay. Actually, let's go back. Let's go back and copy and paste this guy, because that's what he's replacing. So all we should have to do, whoops, control and click to move pins. Super useful. Let's move that here. Progress bar color, that's fine. How did I connect 3 monitors? My computer's kind of old. Like it's a computer that was built in 2012, maybe 11. I want to say 2011, maybe. But at the time, I went all out. I spent everything I could, so it's still pretty effective. Okay, there's compile. Very bizarre. Compiler results. This is... Yeah, we'll just plug this into here. It just wants to output from a function. Okay. Now let us check that in. Updated old name. Oh, you know what we should do? Since we are no longer using this, we can delete it. without any fear. And check that in here. Alright, updated and removed old name variable, replaced with enum. Okay. Right, so I had to buy about the video card display question, I had to buy a HDMI to, I think it's called a MIDI, M-I-D-I adapter, and it's sort of, because my video card had two inputs for monitor. I think it's called a DVI slot. So it could display two monitors normally, and one HDMI, or two other like MIDI ports. And the Cintiq uses a HDMI, so I had to buy a converter. Okay, let's get in here. Mission. Okay, cool. We got our animation. Hooray. Okay, that's pretty neat. Let us. Right now, these just route to the status menu. Okay, so you know what? I'm just going to jump to Photoshop here. I'm just going to move the chat up here and switch up the primary display to the bottom here. Is display 1? Yeah, oh gosh, look at this inception. Screens within screens. Okay, move that out so it's not inducing headaches. And we'll grab our Photoshop. Oh, here's some character conversation art I was hoping to redo. Yeah, so input icons. Kind of, we already have it ready to export. Triangle. Targa PNG. But why? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I get it. I get it. Okay, move this back here. Actually, that's way faster than I thought it would be. I wonder if there's a hotkey I can set up to switch monitor displays. That is a task for a different day, though. Okay. Back in Unreal, we are going to go to our inventory icons. No, we want to go to our icons folder, inputs, and here we have our existing buttons. Maybe we should add a new one. Oh, let's go to import. Texture assets, pause menu, icons, inputs. Yeah, there we are. Let's throw that in here. Open this up, and let's set the texture group to UI. Yeah, we can new input icons. Update that on the source control. And now, let's get out of this animation. Now that we have it, we can dump this onto our item menu. And we can do it. The easiest way to do it would actually be just to, I guess, duplicate any of these two, and we can dump them in. We can increase our width. It's actually a little odd as to why. Okay, so we want to label this as image sort, or input image sort, and here keep our naming nice and neat. Input image sort, or input text sort. Yeah, we want to keep these labeled well because they're going to be adjusted depending if you're on PC or, you know, the possibility of different languages. You want to make sure that things can be changed as needed, as easily as possible. Color and opacity, get rank color text. But why? Why would we want to do that? What does this have to do with anything? This is such old logic. We don't need that. That actually should be deleted. So let's break the binding here. And we actually want this to say sort. And we want to switch this guy with this guy. But yeah, so something like that. You have your commands that show up. That feels kind of right. Okay, so now that our skill menu is set up, there actually is, and I wish I could share this with you guys, but I wrote it on a pencil and, not pencil and paper, I wrote in my notebook here. I have some new design plans that I wanted to implement for the status menu. So let's see here. No, this is notes for a shop menu. Here. Okay, so let me just get my ruler right here to hold the page open. Okay. Oh, can't find your HDMI cable. I don't know. HDMI cables aren't too expensive. Worst case scenario, you should be able to buy one. Sucks though. Really sucks to have unnecessary purchases. I used to work at Best Buy way back in the day, and we would have a ridiculous markdown on HDMIs. And this was when HDMIs were kind of, HD was kind of the new thing, HD TVs. So HDMI cables, like Monster Brand and, like Rocket Fish, like basically any HDMI cable was like at least $20. It was crazy. And Monster Brand was, I think like in the 60s, like it was insane. And we would, I don't want to say abuse, but we would definitely take advantage of that employee discount. We could get cables at cost, and it was crazy because those $60 cables would be worth like $8. Okay. This is set up here. Let's look at my notes. We have the name I'm checking against, level and the number, that's fine. Description and skill input. So it seems like that is kind of our more critical information. Notes go underneath that. So actually the first thing we got to do is we're going to grab we can close all these submenus. We can grab this this element here. Basically, I created this, like, what I'm calling a chunky gradient. And I'm just going to paste it in here to add a little bit of interest in the design. So, where are we? Vertical box. Let's collapse these. So really, we just have a header and a body. So let's just socket that in right here and bring that in between. So now we have something to break up these two sections, which already I like a lot more. Inside the item menu, we should have a means to influence the color of this. Yep, right here. And it might actually already exist inside of our initialized design. And what would you know? It's there. It's almost as if I planned this out already. That's a half lie, or a half truth. I kind of planned it, but I'm making up some as I go along. So then, let's just get a readout of how it looks. Skill menu. Yeah, look at that. It's green. Cool. Cool. Okay. I'm going to continue adjusting the design here with my notes. Yeah, so this was much more, complex isn't the right word. Let's just look at the animation here. I want to clean up this menu where I can. It looks like we don't need this overlay. So let's just replace it with the child. Oh, we can't. That's the only thing containing it. Let's replace it with. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It has to be overlay actually. Well, it doesn't have to be, but it is useful. Overlay is a good container for layering or overlaying objects. I'm just getting a snack. Sorry, some coffee. Okay. We need to add a skill percentage to the bottom. So the first step of that is to hold on. What is this? What is this? Oh my god. Some sort of button? Some sort of bizarre button that says switch? I don't think we need that. Let's get that out of here. Okay, so what I would like to do is skill tree. So I'd actually like to raise these up a little bit, bring them closer, get a bit more height out of these. Oh shoot, that one we can't really change. I mean we could, but that won't really help us. Not for what I want anyways. Let's just set the new height at negative 380. And do the same for our details box here. Can I pull this? No, I can't. Oh, yes, it's controlled by a size box, I believe. Yeah, so we got this kind of adjustment here, as well as this. Cool. Actually, we don't need that. But, you know what, already, we won't delete it right now. We already have the space I was looking for. So let's go to our data box here, break this open, and look inside our vertical box. So we have a header, our accent shape, our gradient, and the body. We want to add a, basically, how do we want to deal with this? We want to add an overlay to the bottom here. Where is overlay? Did I pass it? Well, here's the best way to find it. And there it is, our tiny overlay. Is this the right position? Yeah, it is. Because we want to scroll outside of this. We're basically setting up a progress bar to see in a larger view our skills percentage, add a little bit of visual interest as well. It's probably critical we can see the growth of our skill at a glance. Just a guess. Yeah, so this is way too big. That's fine. Let's just grab our elements. We want to put a progress bar inside of here. Fill it to the top. And we'll also add some text into this overlay. And just align it in the middle. We're going to add a slight shadow, probably 2 and 2. Yeah, just pure black and pure white, so that we can ideally maintain readability always. And let's increase that size. And I think the size should dictate perfect. This text here is just going to be our percent. Maybe to get a cooler readout, let's put. Oh, you know what? We're actually going to wrap this with a horizontal box. We call percent readout. And inside of here, let's just copy and paste this. This here is actually going to be our percent. Well, you know what? Maybe we don't need that extra one. This should be fine. And now I feel silly for having a horizontal box. Let's just, replace with child perfect. So we have a progress bar. It can fill up. How do we fill it up? Percentage. Yep, perfect. It's already orienting the right way. But we kind of need to. I want to say set up some padding maybe. What's the padding on this element? 10. Okay, let's put a padding of 5 and 5 on each side. Is that how that works out? No, it's 10 and 10. I goofed. Whoops, 10, and from the bottom also 10. Or maybe not, because we have, well, it's okay. We can beef this up. Wow, huge percent. Let's try 48. Try to use normal numbers. And let's see how this looks. I guess I should test it twice. Right? We can read this, whatever. I don't know about the sizing. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. It's not really imperative information for a skill menu. And let's grab our size box here and really bump this up. 860. Whoa, way too big. We do want to set colors for this. It's the fill color and opacity. In terms of background color, we can just tint this to a darker shade. That way we can, I think, always maintain readability. Because you don't bind it, right? You bind the percent, you bind the fill color. I don't see a bind for the background color. But we could set it to an image and then change the image. Let's see what we can do here in the customize. So let's grab our progress bar. You know what? Let's rename it progress bar. Focused skill progress bar. Nice and descriptive. Okay. Now we should be able to do something like set color, set fill color. Oh, background. I guess with a background color. What? You can't. That feels bad. Oh, you know what? I think you can do something like a theme, or appearance. What are the labels here? Style. That should be what I'm looking for. I think we can set style. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Let's make this. And, oh, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Make this as well. Make slate brush. Oh my god, it's like so many nested layers. And here it is. Here it is, victory. My lord. Okay. How do we want to nest this so it's as neat as possible? Something like this, I guess. Let's paste this down here. And unfortunately, we need to do this again. And we'll connect this. Okay, so colors. We want pretty much, for the background color, we'll take our main and we'll drop it down to 0.2, maybe 0.1. See how these read in game. Take our main color, 0.1. Okay. Now then, we should get the exact color we want, just for checking. Gonna make this a funky color, just so we know that it's... Oh, Jesus! Oh! Well, we saved often. What was I trying to do? I think we were trying to find widget in content browser. Hopefully this helps Unreal with making Unreal Engine even better. So, in the meantime, I'll get some coffee. And I guess we'll enjoy some of this sweet YouTube music. Package name. Wait. We weren't even working with those. We don't need to restore them. We're working with widgets. I find Unreal opens so fast after it crashes. I wonder if that's a feature Epic built in. Like maybe, you know, they know you're feeling upset, the engine crashed on you, so maybe they were thinking, how could they add a little silver lining to that terrible situation. And they thought, let's get them back to work faster. Okay, let's get maps. Where's our demo level? Cool. Cool. Looks like we're back. Let's open up our not our quest menu, excuse me, our skill menu and take a look at where we left off. We're in the process. Oh, I think, my gosh, it was just right here. Yup. Guess that's why it's good to save all the time. Okay. Right. We made this a funky color as to make sure that it is changing dynamically. So now let's save and compile here and hop into the play view. These are widgets that, in the process of adding gamepad support, have broken references. What you're seeing here is basically my to-do list. Anyhow, let's jump in here. Okay. Whoops, wrong menu. Okay, so we got that really cool menu, except looks like I plugged in the wrong blueprint, or sorry, the wrong make slate brush or whatever it's called. Yeah, these are upside down. So the green one should be up here, right? Something like that. And plugging it in here. And the blue one should be something like this. But that's fine. We don't work. So we don't have to test that feature again. What we do want to make work is this percentage. Do we have a function for that? I don't necessarily think we need to create a binding. We are only going to be updating this. Like, it's not going to update in real time. We update it when we make the menu. So I believe, yeah, sure. Whoops. Actually, let's go back here to the designer and just name this properly. Percent, text block percent, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So in the event graph, we have a section where we change the state of our items. Right here. So somewhere here, I believe, we can get our skill information, which should include, skill percentage. It's a text variable, and we basically set it as we focus these through. Now, it shouldn't matter where, but where do we get that percentage? Well, we should get it from the skill we are changing, which should basically, it should just be this. Get skills. Whoops, not that. Get skill. Sorry. Percentage. There's our variable we would need, and I think we need to multiply this by 100. Yeah, something like this. Let's Oh, thanks for stopping by and tuning in, Gamerflame. I appreciate the views. You know, we're just working away here, so we appreciate the attention, the views, the subscribes, and all that other good stuff that you watchers provide. Um, yep, we forgot. Um, oh Jesus, we don't actually want to do that. Let's. My misclicks are killing me today. Let's just delete this. Um, what we do want to do though is bind this to our still percentage variable. That's why we weren't getting anything showing up there. Now we probably want to append this ultimately, but for now, let's just jump in there and see how it looks. Yep. So we have a percentage of 0. How neat is that? Let's just use our abilities a little bit. Let's throw this around. Now we should have some growth here. It's 30%, which is pretty cool. Let's just take a look at this. Interestingly, on start, we don't have that readout. These are all 0. Um, the the float to integer is working correctly in terms of decimal places and all of that, but we definitely want to can we assign this to a variable as well? Oh shoot. Set percent to exactly where we are here, and we'll just grab this like this. Beautiful. Drop this down, hook these up, connect these dots, and so now we have our percentage being displayed. I actually do want to, what? I think the text to float will work well. So on construct, adds child to frame. Yeah, sorry. Real quick, let's append. No, no. Okay, let's move this to a string. Gonna do some trickery here. We're gonna append this like this, and just add our percent on the end. Uh, so now, yep, we have a more accurate readout of our percent. We're still not getting it on spawn though. You can see that we're getting nothing. We need to cycle through here on start, which is very I wonder if we could just hook this up here. Then we'll route our on start. Right. I don't think we need this anymore either. And let's just grab this and bring it down. Shoot, we're still gonna need to do one of these. We'll call this on start focus. And that's basically what those do. Hook this stuff up here, and we should have our functional visual updated skill menu. Ha! Except the colors are wrong. Oh no, the colors are right. This is interesting. Let's take a look at our inventory menu. I want to cross-reference with how that was set up. Our key item inventory, actually. So we have a similar situation where on construct we have initial focus, and that is going through a sequence. How strange. That sequence just goes through here. just want to test this out. Let's apply this sort of like that, and we'll just move these right in here. Like, this is a non-construct. It shouldn't have any, shouldn't be firing multiple times. So we shouldn't have to worry about repeated inputs mucking up our player input. Okay, that is actually correct, I think. Let's just try this out. So, yeah, 10%. Wait, that's not right at all. So, it's at 10. And here it's not. Jeez, okay. I wonder where the problem is. I'm actually gonna have to debug this on my alternate monitor here. Let's look at this. I goofed. Yeah, you can probably debug if we do that. Okay. Yeah. That might be the reason why. Okay. So, if we look at, what I want to check for is actually if our skill menu has a sorry about that. Do we have a reference to our? I want to say we do. Almost positive we do. We should have a reference to the focused skill. Okay, so here's what we may have to do. We may have to drive this on a bound function. Yeah, we should go split that. Or actually, not the color. We need the percentage itself. Come back here to, let's get rid of this reference. Yeah, we want to bind this here. Create binding. Okay, that's better. And we want to leverage this. And this. Don't let that work go to waste. Reuse and recycle where we can. Okay. Oh well, my original plan is not going to work. We're going to have to add that horizontal box back in. So this should work for Vince right now. Let's grab a select, and let's switch on our active character. Basically, for Vance, we do this. Oh, oops. We actually want to go to our skill node array. Dump that here. Grab our index. And for that for Maya. And this plugs in like so. Now this should work for all our characters and update in a timely manner. What we do have to add though is an extra, we have to wrap this in our horizontal box. Didn't want to need this, but it's no big deal. We can add that back in. Basically, this is our percentage value, so we'll just put something like, oops, yeah, something like that. You get the idea. Percentage and numbers. Okay, now let's go to the graph and clean this up a little bit. Oh, Jesus. Well, at least it's going to be cleaner. Okay, let's save. We don't need this variable anymore. But, yeah, we have the error. There was a reference to that on skill percentage found, right? So, what we want to do text delegate on text block underscore percent. Where is that? Text block. Looks like there's no variable for it. This here, oh right, remove that binding, and we, oh shoot, actually, crap. We actually do need that variable, because that same percentage, that same float is going to drive our progress bar. I mean, it is. It's driving the percent here. But we want that to Wait, does it? Do we need it? If we jump there, we are setting the percent and the... Oh, this is a little bit repetitive. We don't need to do that. We need to do... we can remove that. What we do need is this. And make that a variable. Basically, set text. Can you do that? Can you set text? Looks good. Looks like we can. Let's see what it looks like. Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! We definitely do need that as a variable. Let's just turn that, toggle that back on. I forgot we were setting color on it. Right. Okay. Oof, that was a little bit of a scare. So, get to our skill menu. 0%. Just like the icon shows. Now then, yeah, let's use that. Use that skill. 20.2. Not the number I was looking for, but it's working. It's working beautifully. Just fantastic. We got it. I actually, I guess it's kind of a win in a way. I don't think this looks good. Let's make this 0.33 and zero these out. Go maybe 0.1. No, just make it the same. Make them the same. I'll delete that. Okay. We just need the one reference. Save, compile, all that good stuff. Now then. That's cool. Super cool. We'll just go here, and just like before, we're just going to, multiply this by 100 to get a nice readout on our... Okay. Oh, that looks right. That looks right. Okay. I'm actually not sure if Vance's skill tracking is set up. Okay. Looks... Look at that percentage. Okay. It's a bit... It's accurate, I guess. Anyways, that's quick. All we have to do is check our skill node and essentially get progress bar color, percentage, percentage number. Here we have it. these settings are what I want. Whoops. Didn't mean to hit Control B. There we go. Oh, we can close this now. Have to even use grouping. What does this say? Oh, geez, I can't believe it was that obvious. I thought it was a much more complex function. Okay. In any case, that's good. We can actually check this in now. Updated scale menu with new look. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Very cool. The next one we want to update is probably, really just a quest menu, I think. Let's jump in here. Yippee. Okay. Quest and time and day. So we're going to need all the information, actually. And oh, that's bad. We can grab this, paste all these elements in that we need. And slowly but surely begin to change the visual information of this theme style. Okay. Let's set this to invisible. And we can grab our commands and position them bottom right. Grab this, make it pure, pure white that is, and drop that. Okay, cool. Starting to get there. Starting to get like our target. Let's look at. Oops. Okay. Yeah. -10. Is that right? Let's make it red this time. Super bright red. It's actually -10. Okay. Let's drop this here. Beautiful. Okay. This is reading as we kind of want it to. Now let's grab that. Apply this here. Tile both and set our. Oh no, it looks good. That's cool. It's looking the way it's supposed to. Now then, we'll grab our little footer here and man, my index finger is actually hurting from using this mouse. I wonder if I start using a. If I wasn't ambidextrous, then I could use my left hand for my mouse when I'm feeling tired. Alright, let's make this -30. That is the correct position. Let's save those changes. This actually, we're not toggling anything here on this menu. What we do want to do is, just like our others, we want to set up, and you can see we already have some of it happening here. It's just kind of poorly. Like, what is this? This is 6. I'm just gonna delete it. I believe those are from old. some old data. Here we have setting colors, define mission status. That is, oh, I don't want to go there. That's actually inside of the button. We need to have a initialize design, I guess. And just like everything else uses, we'll grab that and just appreciate for a moment how useful copying and pasting is. Okay, so right here, we'll drop in our function. So this is the border accent color, which is kind of, oh, interesting. Okay, we'll just move it inside. No big deal. Yeah, I'll just grab this and set it up like we usually do. All right. Set up these guys like so. Apply that target, save, compile. Yeah, so menu edge is missing, but lucky for us, we live in a world of copying and pasting. So let's drop it right into the canvas panel here, and let us jump. Position this all the way over here, 1920, I believe. Sweet. Okay. Oh, looks like my music stopped playing. That's kind of good, because I think the songs are worse towards the end. Oh, geez, I don't like groove music. Close that. Let's set this to loop another round. Okay, so we are here, and we have this reference set up. Header text, header main text. What? Oh. I think, all we have to do is just rename this to header main text, and we expose it as a variable, and yep, it was found. Then we just hook that up, and we're in. Okay. Get rid of this footer, as well as... okay, so we gotta animate this. Nothing fancy. It's going to be very similar to last time, basically, where we have the header. Yeah, let's just delete that. So, we just want to shift all of this over, to be honest. You know, something kind of like this, shift it over to right here. Beautiful. Yeah, just move it on over. Pretty simple. This is how you animate in Unreal, everybody. It's actually, you know, all kidding aside, it's actually a really good, I don't know, tool, I guess you'd say. I mean, you have access to your curves and everything, too, if you want to get into really fancy stuff. Okay. So now, yep, and these come in. Very cool. So let's just collapse this, and add in our image background, and let's add in our menu edge. Now I'm just going to add in basically the same keys as last time. Set to 50% or 0.5. We'll key our destination and slide this guy back to minus negative 1920, or sorry, negative 1910. There's a slight offset on that asset. On the background, we can do the same. Grab our destination point and bring it back here, and this one can be a straight negative 1920 because we actually want that to be off screen. And I think we've got it. Oh, now, good thing you double checked. Okay, we actually want to get our image background. So we don't want the end to be here. We want it to be at 0.5. And just grab this. So, beautiful. That's what I want. Let's jump in here. And of course, I checked the wrong menu. We want to get in here. Mission menu. Cool. The material isn't set up right, but our menu's working, and it's color customized correctly, which is lovely. Yeah, that's kind of all. Let's just check with Vance to see how the material is looking. Now, mission menu. Funny for him, it looks like everything's looking good. Hey, this is the look I was debating on for the item menu. Just because, like, you know, instead of just lines of text with like a highlight across, you have these visible slots that have been inserted, which has its own kind of like appealing look to it, right? If we pick up some items, we can see here it's kind of using the cell I was talking about, where it's just a highlight. So we may look into changing up that. Oh yeah, triangle to sort. How cool. Go into our key items. I can hear the cursor noise being fired on construct, and it's bothering me now. We're gonna have to fix that. Let's just do a save all real quick. Oh, I guess there's nothing to save. Okay. Let us check this out. coming in here into our event graph, let's say a construct. We have our initialize delay, cast a character, cast a game mode, run the inventory, populate it, create the widgets, reset focus to position 1. Where does this go? Oh, okay, so we come down here and we go through this line, and of course we have that noise. The simplest step is just to move this. You can actually just grab this, slide it down a little bit, plug everything into the sound effect first, except for this. This will bypass it. Now we should not have that cursor noise when we're opening the item menu. Ah, the sound of silence. Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay. Mission menu, does it retain memory? It does. Okay, cool. Right, so that sort of actually wraps up the functional changes of the menu. One thing I did want to add is actually, I did want to add a background pattern for Maya's, the material here. I just feel like Vance's looks so much better. Also, his, there are actually two materials. You see the green one that's moving here is sort of what I've been calling an accent material. It's actually brighter. His background's a darker version of that, and then it has a background texture. So I want to create something similar for Maya. So I think we'll do that now. So I still got some time here. Not really feeling tired just yet. And I have something I want to try in terms of the design. I'm going to just move my workspace around a little bit. Bring my tablet closer. Right. So we have in our textures here, we have this mask. It's basically just a 512 by 512 texture with 3 color channels of containing different information. It's nothing incredibly fancy, but I wonder if I can implement something like this on Maya's background, and not scan lines exactly, but more of like a wave, like a wavy kind of, like the PS3 menu. I'm not sure how hard that is. We shall see. So let's set up my you probably want display 0. That doesn't look right. Oh, that's why, because you already have it here. That's cool. It should switch around for you guys once I switch these around. Oh, yeah, perfect. Good job, OBS. Good job. Let's save. I don't want to save that. We literally didn't even change it. I think I might have clicked on it by mistake. Alright, let's... if I close this... But what we do want to do is find our I think one of these might have been tiling UI element. Nope, not this one. Thought we had a winner there. It's fine. We will simply create a new texture. But really, we have to test this out first anyways. Let's go 512 by 5. Yeah, let's go like this. And I honestly think we have to start with black. And begin working in our channels. So, for the sake of testing, all I want to do is... Oh geez, where's my pen? Okay, here it is. Yeah, not that. Not that either. Whatever. We're testing this texture out. Can we filter and offset this? 256. This is for sure the best tool for making tiling textures I know. I mean Photoshop. I mean Photoshop's offset. Okay, let's Control Alt F. Cool. And let's save this. Whoops. There it goes. Okay. So let's put this in pause menu, texture assets. Maya wave background. Mask. I don't think we need to have that there. It's just a wave background mask. You know what? I've been trying to make a better effort regarding how I export these. So let's add a T there for texture. Okay. Now we should have no issues dragging this in to Unreal. Cool. Those are swapped. Yeah, sure, save. Whatever. Let's go into our materials here. So we have a background Maya material, background material here for Maya, but to be honest, oh Jesus, they're all using it. Okay, yeah. To be honest, I think we need to work outside of an instance because of the way it was set up on the dynamic background. So let's just create a duplicate and call it I'll just call it something else. Open this guy up, and what we're gonna do is first thing we're gonna do is actually grab this. Actually, real quick, we probably should increase this to 1920. Whoops, by 1920. That's better. Cool. Now, what I wanted to do is set up these default colors exactly as they are here. So we'll use this ink dropper, main color, radial gradient. We'll pull this one. Fourth tone, we just grab this. And up here we have our third tone, which is, oh, it's kind of close, but. And the next thing that's adjusted is the dynamic intensity is actually 3. And now we have a what I believe is a picture-perfect representation of this instance, which is where I want to be working. Now let's grab our mask. Yeah, let's grab this guy, drop this in, sweet. Okay, so now we have our ugly mask texture that's being tiled like crazy, really. We just want to tile it as 1 by default. It's going to be a little different in Vance's. Can I preview this? Yeah. So we actually don't want a speed on the Y. Yeah, that's kind of, for the most part, what we're looking for. Now let's stop previewing this node. Add this in here. And set this default to true. Yep, there's our cool wave. It's just like that really awesome one on PlayStation. Now, there is another material we can use as a reference where I applied that mask before. I think it's actually right here. Nope. This one. Okay. This is basically where we have a panner grabbing different textures at different speeds and adding them together. Let's grab this bit of code and bring it into our workspace here. So now we have this set up here. Yeah. I also wonder if we could use a sign texture or a sign. Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Okay. Um, to drive that up and down, information. Whoa, we could. It's way too fast. Uh, you know. Hmm. I guess not. That is what I learned. I guess not. Okay. Anyways, yeah, this should work. I don't see why it wouldn't. We can create 3 different designs, throw them in. Um, excuse me, getting a little late over here. Um, let's test out the adjusted menus. Um, it's reading out fine. Okay. So now let's test out this actual material and see how it fits with our sizing. Um, we'll need our status menu. Okay, so our status menu will have Maya's updated material. Let's go in here and let's actually lower the intensity. Let's see how a 2 looks. Let's apply it, save, and test it out in the game. It is looking pretty much exactly how I wanted to. With except it's just a super ugly wave. Um, hmm. But in terms of design, in terms of functionality, pretty much all done. I want to say new material and instances for okay, cool. Yeah, let's check this stuff in. I guess call it a night. On tomorrow's stream, um, how do I work this transition? Let's try and be professional. All right, cool. So on tomorrow's stream, we'll be working on a new skill for Maya, which I'm very excited to get into. Um, and it might also be like I might break it up into two throughout the day. So maybe like a 2 hour block here, and in the afternoon, and in the morning, and then all right, sorry, afternoon, evening, and the night, with some breaks in between. Um, but it should be a very fun task. It's always fun developing skills that allow you to interact with the game world. Um, I mean, menus are. I've been on a long stint of developing menus, but I mean they're important, and it's nice when they look good, which I'm actually quite happy with this aesthetic we have that we've built. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Likes and subscribes help us so much. We're such a small channel, small outfit here, Dead Cell Games. I mean, and we appreciate all the support we can get. Um, right now, we're trying to reach 100 subscribers so that we can get a custom URL, which would be the coolest. So any subscribes that will help us get there are greatly appreciated. Um, Thanks again for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll see you on a future dev stream. Alrighty, have a good night.